What you're about to discover can change the way you see life. Everything you believe to be fixed, your experiences, achievements, and challenges, is actually shaped by something much greater. There is an ancient knowledge, a forgotten power, that not only explains but transforms the reality around you. And here's the truth: it's not lost. It's always been within you, waiting for the right moment to emerge. The ancients understood this deeply, and if you're watching this video now, it's because the universe knows this is the moment when you need this ancient knowledge the most. They knew that life wasn't just a sequence of events, but a reflection of what they felt, believed, and projected. It wasn't magic or superstition. It was the science of the spirit, the ability to align with the essence of the universe and co-create reality. They didn't need machines because they mastered the energy of the heart and the mind. What seems extraordinary to us was natural to them. But here's something few understand. This power has never been out of your reach. It's been waiting silently for a moment of clarity, an instant when you allow yourself to listen. Maybe that moment is now. Imagine for a moment that your mind is like a computer, an incredible machine that processes beliefs, feelings, and emotions. But unlike a regular computer, your consciousness doesn't just store and organize information. It shapes the very reality around you. Everything you feel, think, and believe sends out invisible commands that influence the physical world. It may sound extraordinary, but this idea isn't new. Both modern philosophy and ancient spiritual traditions agree. Reality is essentially a direct reflection of our inner state. Think about it. Have you ever woken up feeling great, and suddenly everything seems to flow in your favor? Or maybe you've had the opposite experience, a day when your internal worries created an endless string of problems. This isn't mere coincidence. Your consciousness, like a machine, processes your internal vibrations and projects them outward, translating thoughts and feelings into experiences. Ancient traditions understood this long before any scientific breakthrough. For them, the human heart and mind were the centers of creation. What we deeply feel in our hearts and believe in our minds transforms into the matter around us. On the other hand, modern science has only recently begun to unravel this mystery, starting with an experiment that challenged everything we thought we knew about the physical world, the Double-Slit Experiment. In this experiment, subatomic particles like electrons were fired through two slits to observe their behavior. Something surprising happened. When no one was observing, the particles behaved like waves, spreading out into complex patterns. But the moment they were observed, they transformed into particles, as if they were aware of being watched. This changed everything. The phenomenon proved that physical reality responds to the observer's consciousness. The mere presence of someone watching, simply focusing their attention, was enough to alter the particles' behavior. Now, bring this to a more personal level. If microscopic particles respond to the consciousness of an observer, what does that mean for the world we create around us? Could it be that our deepest, often unconscious beliefs are programming this machine we call reality? This is the great convergence of science and spirituality. What we believe to be true within us ends up manifesting externally, as if reality were a mirror of our inner state. At the core of every miraculous transformation lies a powerful principle. The energy we emit is what shapes our reality. In drug-free clinics, where science and spirituality meet, healing is not seen as a linear process, but as an immediate manifestation of belief aligned with feeling. What happens there isn't magic or luck. It's the result of a profound understanding of the power of consciousness. Practitioners don't beg or plead for healing. They act as if it has already happened. By chanting mantras and projecting energy with certainty and gratitude, they create a resonance that the patient's body immediately absorbs. This practice echoes ancient spiritual traditions like Vedic chants and Tibetan meditations, which have always emphasized the heart's crucial role in creating a new reality. The heart, at its core, is the energetic center of our being. When we align our emotions, especially love, gratitude, and faith, with what we want to manifest, we activate a power that transforms the matter around us. This is the secret of mantras and meditations. They don't just calm the mind, they also channel the heart's energy to bring forth what we deeply feel is true. Ancient traditions have always taught us that we are co-creators of our existence. When we believe, we bring new possibilities to life. When we doubt, we block the creative flow and sabotage our own desires. The key lies in the emotional intensity we choose to cultivate and the clarity of what we want to see manifested in our lives. It's a choice we make every moment, consciously or unconsciously. The profound reflection that emerges from this practice is simple but deep. If every feeling shapes our reality, what stories are we choosing to believe? After all, the beliefs we carry don't just influence the world we see, they literally build it, brick by brick. The wisdom of the ancients and the loss in modernity. There was a time when humanity was deeply connected to universal truths, ones that transcend the tangible and reveal the power of feeling and intention. These truths were sacred, safeguarded in texts that have since been lost or deliberately removed from common understanding. Among them were manuscripts detailing the transformative power of consciousness aligned with emotion, suppressed truths that shaped what we now call occult traditions. The apocryphal texts of the Bible, like those found in Qumran or Nag Hammadi, carry fragments of knowledge that surpass the physical realm. They spoke of the power to create from the heart, the necessity of feeling as though the miracle had already happened. It wasn't about asking something external, but about accessing an internal force that has always been there, waiting to be awakened. What was left out of the scriptures that shaped the Western world doesn't reveal divine abandonment, but a human choice to conceal the boundless potential within us all. While this knowledge was fragmented in the West, it was preserved in other corners of the world. In the high mountains of Tibet, Tibetan monks still practice what the ancients knew. Healing begins within, through the energy that flows from the heart. Their meditations and chants aren't merely religious practices, but practical tools of transformation, capable of altering physical and emotional states. They teach that the external reality is nothing more than a reflection of what we feel and believe is possible. What makes this knowledge even more impactful is its universality. It doesn't belong to a single tradition or culture. It pulses within each of us. Ask yourself, what if everything that was lost could still be found? What if the secrets we seek outside ourselves are in fact deeply rooted in our own being? At the core of our being lies a force often underestimated, the heart. Not just as a physical organ, but as the epicenter of an incredibly powerful electromagnetic field that modern science has begun to understand more deeply. Studies show that the heart's electromagnetic field is not only stronger than that of the brain, but also extends far beyond our bodies, creating an invisible connection to everything around us. This field, measured as up to 5,000 times magnetically stronger and 100 times electrically stronger than the brain's, has the power to shape our reality. The heart acts as both an emitter and a receiver, tuning into the frequencies we emit. When we feel love, gratitude, or compassion, we emit vibrations that resonate positively with the universe. It's as if the heart serves as the bridge between the unseen and the physical, aligning us with the creative energy that shapes our world. Throughout history, spiritual masters from various traditions have recognized and applied this force. In Tibet, monks use meditative practices to awaken the heart as the center of healing and transformation. In their words and chants, there is no plea for something to happen, but a direct communion with the universe's energy, as if the miracle has already occurred. They believe that the heart, when tuned to the vibration of pure intention, can transcend physical limitations and bring into existence what we desire. These practices aren't limited to Tibet. In India, the ancient Vedas described the heart as the home of the Atman, the divine spark, and taught that connecting to it allows us to become co-creators of reality. Masters like Paramahansa Yogananda recounted experiences of transcendence as they delved deeply into the heart's vibrations, dissolving the barriers between the individual and the universe. Mystical stories abound, like that of a young man who, facing a seemingly incurable illness, chose to focus on cultivating feelings of gratitude and love in his heart. He visualized his body as healthy, felt the joy of being healed, and lived as though it were already real. Within months, his recovery left doctors and scientists baffled. Science explains this as the heart's ability to directly influence the immune system and even DNA, proving that deep feelings can rewrite biology. The heart doesn't just feel, it responds, shapes, and creates. It is the language the universe understands. Ask yourself, what is your heart saying to the world right now? Because, like an antenna, it is always emitting signals. When you feel fear, doubt, or anger, the universe responds in the same frequency. But when you feel love, faith, or gratitude, the return is powerful and transformative. This is the key that many seek. It's not just about thinking positively, but feeling deeply. The heart is the portal that translates the soul's desires into tangible manifestations. It is the compass pointing toward the miracle, but it's up to each of us to tune it to the frequencies we want to see reflected in our lives. Transcending the limits of the matrix. The universe, in its incomprehensible vastness, offers us a profound truth. The simple act of observation is enough to transform reality. At the heart of quantum physics, the double-slit experiment revealed something deeply enigmatic. When an observer is present, particles of light, such as photons, change their behavior. They cease to act as scattered waves and take on a specific form, as if responding to human attention. This discovery shakes the foundations of what we understand as real, suggesting that the physical world is, in essence, shaped by our consciousness. Ancient cultures have always known this, even before modern science could offer an explanation. Indigenous peoples spoke of the world as a mirror. What you see around you is a reflection of what is within you. In the Toltec tradition, for instance, the concept of the dream asserts that each person lives in a subjective reality influenced by their perceptions, beliefs, and emotions. It's not the world that needs to change, but the way we see it. Legendary stories reinforce this idea. It's said that in Tibet, spiritual masters could manifest objects or transform environments by directing their full attention and intention. It wasn't magic, but mastery over the mind and consciousness as tools to interact with the fabric of the universe. These masters taught that the universe responds to focus. Wherever we place our energy, reality begins to take shape. This brings us to a vital question. What reality are you creating by directing your gaze? We are both observers and creators. By changing what we look at and how we look at it, we transform the very foundation of our existence. The invitation is clear. Look within. What world do you want to reflect outward? At the same time, there's a fascinating theory that challenges us even further. The idea that we are living in a simulation. If our reality is a matrix, a carefully designed system, what does this mean for our spiritual existence? Many scientists and philosophers speculate that life as we know it may be a kind of learning field for the soul, a space where we experience duality, learn from our choices, and discover the power to transcend. Ancient spiritual traditions approach life in a similar way. For Hindus, the concept of Maya describes the physical world as an illusion, a screen onto which the play of consciousness is projected. In Buddhism, reality is seen as a dream that can be overcome through meditation and self-awareness. So these practices are pathways to waking up and transcending the limits of the matrix, reconnecting us with the infinite essence of who we are. But why would we be here in this learning field? The answer may lie in the idea of spiritual evolution. Every challenge, every emotion, and every experience is an opportunity for growth. Ways to awaken to the truth that we are more than this physical body and limited mind. We are fragments of a greater consciousness exploring its own creation. Consider the tools spiritual traditions offer us. Mantras that harmonize the mind, meditations that connect us to the present, and gratitude practices that raise our vibration. These teachings are ancient keys to escaping the illusion and accessing a deeper reality where we are not victims but conscious creators. If life is a simulation, we are not trapped by it. We can learn its rules, understand them, and ultimately transcend them. The knowledge that has always been with you. In a small village in the heart of the American desert, a story has echoed through generations. An elder was called to lead a ceremony for rain during a drought that threatened all life around, but instead of lengthy prayers or elaborate rituals, he simply stood still, closed his eyes, and took a deep breath. When asked what he was doing, he explained, "I felt the rain. I smelled it on the wet earth. I heard it hitting the rocks. I felt its coolness on my skin. I didn't pray for the rain. I felt as if it was already here." This simplicity is at the heart of the miracle. The universe doesn't respond to desperate pleas, but to a deep alignment between our feelings and desires. This is why practices like gratitude hold such immense power. When we feel genuine gratitude, even before something has manifested, we are telling the universe, "I trust that I already have everything I need." From this state, miracles happen, not as extraordinary events, but as natural reflections of our inner alignment. In our daily lives, we don't need complex rituals to access this power. Small practices can completely shift our energy. Upon waking, before checking your phone or getting caught up in the demands of the day, take a moment to feel gratitude for the simple fact that you're alive. When facing challenges, visualize the desired outcome and allow yourself to feel the joy of already having achieved it. These simple actions create ripples in the energetic field around us, shaping a reality that resonates with our deepest feelings. The heart, this simple yet grand organ, is the true gateway to accessing ancient knowledge. Every beat echoes the wisdom our ancestors always knew, that within us lies a power greater than any external circumstance. To access it, we're invited to return to spiritual practice. Meditation connects us to the present moment, where the past and future no longer matter. Conscious breathing grounds us, allowing the mind to quiet and the heart to speak. Creative visualization reminds us that we are co-creators, painting the canvas of our lives with every thought and feeling. These tools are not just techniques, they are invitations to reconnect with what has always been ours. Compassion, love, trust, and authenticity are the foundations of any real transformation. When we move from these values, everything else falls into place. It's no coincidence that spiritual traditions around the world emphasize these pillars. They're not just virtues, they are keys that open doors to higher dimensions of existence. Finally, there's something profound and comforting in knowing that the knowledge we seek outside has always been within us. It doesn't require journeys to distant places or endless searches. It's present in the silence between thoughts, the pause between breaths, and the subtle connection with the now. Now, this knowledge is not exclusive to a select few enlightened beings. It finds all of us at the right moment when we are ready to receive it. You don't need to force it or rush. Just feel, believe, and allow. It's in this space of openness that the universe responds, bringing exactly what your soul already knows is possible. Because deep down, you already have everything you need. And when this truth is revealed, the greatness of life becomes inevitable. Before you go, hold on for just one more moment. We've prepared a very special video for you that delves even deeper into the topics we explored here. It's ready and waiting for you on the screen right now. Don't miss this opportunity to continue your journey and unlock even more transformative knowledge. Click the video and I'll see you there. I'm excited to meet you on the other side.